So I just went through this problem and yeah, I got a little bit held back, I guess, about changing or manipulating the input because I didn't really realize what I was talking about. So I want to go ahead and just delete all of this and try to come up with something a little bit more cleaner, a little cleaner solution. And I'll also post a video after this one about the longer solution, just so you can see both if you want, but you can see the quicker one first. So it was looking for the pretty much to take out the minimum, and it only wanted the first minimum, right? So I think one thing that I could have done, probably, I just want to test this out first of all, if I'm even able to do this. So let's console.log math.minimum of this array. Now assigning to the type. That doesn't work that way. Not a number. Math.min. Let's see, 3, 4. Those values work. So what if I do .r? Does that work? That actually worked. Okay, so now I have the minimum of that. And if I have the minimum of this, then that way I can just iterate over this and what I want to do, create a new array, because it doesn't want me to disturb this array or the numbers. So what I will do is take the let minimum number equal numbers. Oh, we want math.min of the numbers that you give me. So now I have the minimum number, and I can create this new nums array. And what I'll do is I'll just iterate over the numbers for let I equals 0, while I is less than numbers, then I plus plus. Then I'll just say if I does not equal numbers dot index of this minimum number, as long as it is not the index of this minimum number, so it's going to go through the array here. It already knows that this is the minimum number is 1, so then I go and find out if I'm going to loop through, and as long as this index is not the index of the minimum number, which would be this first one here, it's going to add it to an array. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm just going to add it to a new array. So this new num array dot push, and that's going to be, I'm going to push numbers, whatever index that is, and it should skip the minimum index. And then I'll just return the new numbers array. And that should be it. We can test that out here. 2212 should get rid of this, and it should be returning 2221. Okay, it didn't. It just empty array. Number array dot push numbers. If I does not equal numbers index of numbers, new number array, and we're pushing numbers I. Okay, that should have worked, but it's returning new number array. Then I'm giving it this, remove the smallest r. Okay, let's see. Console.log the new number array. that's empty. Let's also see console.log I and see what it's actually going through. Oh, that's because I didn't do numbers.length. Okay, that makes sense. Numbers.length. Okay, now this should iterate through there, and that should work, and this should be 2221. There we go, 2221. And this is a lot shorter code than what you'll see in this next video. I'll just keep it up. And we'll go here, and I'll go back to what I just did. And that's a lot shorter. And I'll test that to make sure it works. And that passes everything, and hopefully this still passes. And it did pass, and that's it. And you can see like my past solution. This was the other one I had, which was way longer, and this one's a little bit more cleaner. So okay, we are going to look at, I wanted to remove the minimum, but it has like an 85. Well, check it out anyway. Let's see what it says. The Museum of Incredible Dull Things wants to get rid of some exhibitions. Okay. Miriam, the interior architect, comes up with a plan to remove the most boring exhibitions. So she gives it a rating and removes the one with the lowest rating. Okay, it sounds easy so far. Where's the twist? However, here's a twist. Just as she finished rating all the exhibitions, she's off to an important fair. So she asks you to write a program that tells her the ratings of the items after one of the lowest ones. Wait, you want to write a program that tells her the rating of the items after one removed the lowest. Oh, so just remove them and tell you what the lowest one is? I mean, what the rest of them look like after you removed it? Okay, fair enough. Give an array of integers, remove the smallest value. Do not mutate the original blah blah blah. If there are multiple elements with the same value, only remove the one with the lower index. Okay. If you get an empty array list, return an empty array list. Okay, so that's cool, but the one that I'm concerned about is this. If you get something with the same value, remove the one with the lower index. Okay, so if I remove that, just thinking, so like, let's see, we got a double in here somewhere. So here's a double. Remove the one with the lowest index. So you remove that one and you'll keep the rest of them. No, because you got a double right there, I guess, too. Now I'm confused. 2221, 2221. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. If the lowest index is double, remove the first one, but keep the rest of them. That makes sense. So again, it still comes to like, how do I do that? How do I remove this one, but keep this one? Because what I'm thinking I have to do is I have to iterate over here, iterate over this, and I need to keep track of this. Or what I could do, well, it wants this in the same order. I'm assuming they want it in the same order. Yeah, don't change the order of the elements that are left. I was going to sort them out and then remove the smallest one, but I need to keep the order. So that's not gonna work. So unless I do the same thing, I sort it, find the smallest one, and just remove the first one at that index. Okay, I can probably do that. So I can sort it, find the smallest one, do not mutate the original. I'm not mutating the original one. If I am, I kind of am mutating the original one. Okay, so I got an idea what I want to do. Let's go to train. Okay, so I need to go to my IDE, which I don't have up for whatever reason. December, JavaScript. So we're going to do remove the minimum. Cool, so we're removing the minimum. This was our function that it had, and we're going to do some prep work. P-R-E-P, prep work. And so the parameter is an array. So blah, 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 give an array of integers. So it's going to be an array of integers for our parameter, array of integers. And what we want to return is an array of integers. Blah, blah, blah. Remove the smallest value. So we're going to return an array of integers with the smallest value removed. But also we have, if there's multiple elements with the same value, remove the one with the lower index. Well, I got that. And if you get an empty array list, return an empty array list. So there's possibility you can get something empty. So let's look at some examples. There. So again, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The smallest one would be 1, so we need to return this, which they're doing there. You get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, it'd be 1, so you return this in the same order, 3, 2, 4. And here you have the smallest one would be 1, but you only want to remove the one with the lowest index. So you pick 1. Okay, I'm curious if, so like I can take 1 and say, give me the index of 1, I believe. And I'm not, it may give me the first one. So let me just test that theory out. So console.log, and let's say I have this array like this. And you can say let r equal this. And let's just print this log out. And so you get 2, 2, 1, which is what I put in there. So what I want to know is if I want to look for 1, can I print the index of that? Index of 1. And if it does, which one does it return? So 0, 1, 2, it returns the first one. That's awesome. That's exactly what I need. So at this point, what I feel like I can do is just iterate over here, find the lowest one, and then return the index of that one, but I need to remove it. So how would I remove? I can do a slice probably. Yeah, I can probably do a splice. So let's see, test that out. Console.log, and I want to do an r.splice, and I would splice the number starting at 1. So it'll be this r.index of 1, and I would delete 1, and I'm not adding anything. So this might give me, I think this just returns back. Oh, so what did that do? Splice index. What is it returning? I'm confused with it. Oh, because I need this to be a 1 here. Delete 1. And it returned that 1 that I deleted. But let's see what the array is now. So it gives you that 2, 2, 2, 1. And that's what the answer was. So that's what we're looking for. Okay, so I know now that I can use the index of and then the splice. Okay, so with the, let's do some pseudocode and then we'll code it out. And I can erase this because I don't need that anymore. So let's do console.log. Well, actually just do our remove smallest and give it an array. numbers. Let R equal this, and we'll give it that array of numbers. And right now it's going to return an empty array, which it does, but we're not console.logging it. Let's console.log our result, console.log result, and we're going to let the result equal to this empty array, and we're going to return our result. And when we print it or log this, is going to get this empty array. Okay, so we could just do what I just did. So like, let's do some pseudocode. I'm going to iterate over numbers. I'm going to find smallest number. So how we're going to do that is we're going to let the minimum number or smallest number, and it's going to equal, we're just going to have it set as the first number in that array to begin with, and iterate over the number. And we're going to say if that number that you're iterating over, so it'd be like numbers are, oh, but it also said do not mutate the original. So, oh, we won't mutate the original, we'll just iterate. Yeah, we probably will. No, we won't. So if the numbers are is less than the smallest number, then we want to return that number. So I mean, not return that number, but smallest number now is equal to numbers are. So now we get the smallest number. So what that does is going to iterate over this number. First it's going to be here, and it's going to say, is the next number smaller? No. Is the next number smaller? No. Is the next number smaller? Yes, it is. So it would create that smallest number will be 1 at this point. And then say, is this smaller? No. Is this smaller? Yes, this is smaller. I mean, it's not smaller, it's 1. So right now the smallest number is 1. And that is what we need. So that's that. But first we want to do if the result is equal to 0, we need to return an empty array. So if numbers.length is equal to 0, then we need to return an empty array. Or we can just return result, because result is empty anyway. So just return result. Else we're going to iterate over the numbers. Okay, at this point we have the smallest number. Once we're out of this loop, we're going to have the smallest number. So now we need to remove that number with a splice. So we are going to let new numbers equal, actually we're going to let result, we're going to say result is equal to result is going to equal to numbers. So that's going to give you all of these numbers, but then we need to actually, yep, is equal to numbers. And then we're going to manipulate result at this point. So result is, we're going to do a splice there, result splice, and we need that index. So the smallest number index, we'll just put it here. Splice, we need that smallest number. Nope, we need the index at smallest number, I believe, because that's where we're starting at. So you do index, we do result dot index of the smallest number, and that's going to give us an index of that smallest number to start with, and we're going to remove that 1, and so that should manipulate the result, and that should be it. We can return result. And I think that's it for this case. We also have to make sure we return that. Okay, I didn't do any pseudocode, I actually just did it, but so let's go ahead and code the rest of it. So I said if the numbers dot length is equal to 0, then we just need to return the result. Return results. Return the result. Else we need to go ahead and do our iteration. So what we'll do is let I equal 0 while I is less than numbers dot length. We'll do I plus plus, and we're going to look for the smallest number. If numbers dot I is smaller than smallest number, then we need to make smallest number equal to that number. And we need to put this in parentheses because we're not using Python. And that should clear that up. So the smallest number is equal to that number. This wants 3 equal signs. So if the numbers dot length is 0, we're just going to return result, which is this right here. What else? I think we're looking good. If the number I is smaller than the smallest number, then return the smallest number. Okay. So then we have result numbers here. And I'm going to splice that here, remove that smallest count, and that should return result. So let's go ahead and try this out. So we got 22121, and that should take out this one here, and it should just result in 2221. Number not defined because it's numbers. There we go, 2221, and that's what we're supposed to respond. So let's also test these other ones out while we're here. So let this array equal this, and this should result in 5324. 5324. Okay, we are looking good so far. Oh, we did this one. Let's try this one. And 2345, 2345. So that looks great. We can remove this console log, and that should be it. We go ahead and test everything in Codewars. Copy all of this, put that there, and make sure our tests are passing. Pass there, and let's go ahead and see if it passed the rest of them. Wow, we actually failed one. You mutated the input. You've mutated input array list. Expected. What are you talking about? It said you mutated input array list. It expected this to deeply equal this. It said I mutated the input. What does that mean that I mutated the input array list? I thought I did not mutate it, in the sense that I gave it a new result. I mean, I gave it a new variable. So what does it want me to do? You mutated the input array list. What does that mean? Mutated input array list. Mutated the input array list. It's the 93 blah 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 to deeply equal this. Yeah, I don't know what you mean. Mutate it. So let me try to figure out what you mean by mutate the input array list. So this is the input array list, and I gave it result numbers. Oh, I think I see what it means. I actually touched numbers when I probably shouldn't have touched numbers. Okay, so we'll let result equal numbers, in this case up there. So then we can do result, and result. Get rid of this one. Smallest number, return result, and we'll return empty array there, and test to make sure that still works the way it needs to. Let x equal console.log x 2345 and 2345. Okay, let's try this and see if it likes that better. Hopefully it does, because if it doesn't, I have no idea what it's talking about. Let's test this. Passed all the tests. Attempt. Okay, I still mutated the array list. What are you talking about? And it's giving me a different one. Numbers, smallest numbers. Result is equal to numbers. Thought it was because of this. I don't see what it means that I'm mutating the input array list. Numbers 0. Okay, maybe it means that I am actually I'm taking numbers and putting a result, and it says that this is the same thing. So if I change result, it doesn't like that. Maybe it doesn't like the splice. I think that's what it could be. It doesn't like me using splice. Okay, what's a way around splice? Because I'm assuming that's the reason. Saying it doesn't want me to change this actual one, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want me to do, Codewars? You've mutated the input array list. I think that means this one right here. Okay, so let's look at this again and see how I would do it without using splice, I guess. Okay, let's do this. What I want to do, since I know the index of this, I should be able to I don't get how, like, splice sure it's numbers, but numbers is now result. Okay, so do it without modifying numbers at all. Okay, if I didn't modify numbers, how would I do it? I don't know how to do it without not modifying numbers. That's the whole point, I assume. Splice it. But you're saying do not modify the list of numbers. Okay, I would say, how would I do this if I wasn't using splice? So right now I was able to iterate through here, find the index of the smallest one, I guess what I could do is iterate over here, this one, skip one, skip this index and keep going. Let's see if that works. That's kind of weird, but we can see if it works. So I'll just put a result 2 right here, and instead of splice, let's try this. We'll try let result 2 equal this empty array, and then I'm doing for let I equal 0, while I is less than numbers dot length I plus plus, and then I'll say if I is not equal to what was it, smallest number? I think it was smallest number, or it was the index of numbers. So numbers dot index of smallest number. So as long as it's not this index, I does not equal that index, if I does not equal that index, then what we can do is push that into the result. So result 2 dot push r I, or numbers dot I don't know where that came from. Numbers at that index, and when that's done, we're returning the result 2. See if we get the same thing. Get the same thing. As far as our test, let's just test this one right here. Let me test this one. And there, we should get that same too. Okay, we get the same thing. Let's see if it likes this one instead. If it doesn't like this one, I have no idea what it wants from me. Return all the way up to there. Return all the way up to there. Gotta test it. Pass those tests and cross my fingers. Okay, that worked. Weird, but whatever. We're done.